Welcome to Kinematic, an immersive education VR experience. This project took a very large amount of time to complete due to its vast complexity of in-game functionality and developing this bite-sized experience for the Oculus Quest platform. In this video, I'll show you behind the scenes of this project and the difficulties I faced during development. This project can be broken into several parts, that being 3D modeling, texturing, designing for VR, world design, sound design, and visual programming. As I'm speaking to you, you're watching a time-lapse of me scripting the game level. The programming of Kinematic was done mainly by visual form scripting using nodes, with a couple of minor changes made using C++. All of these functions were built from the ground up. In other words, the menus, projectile system, cannon control system, and the scoring mechanic are all functions that were made from scratch. Since I only have 6 minutes, I will not be going through each function individually, so instead, I will just show you the important ones. The cannon control functionality was an area that I had the most issues with and took the most time to finish. This was due to the rotation function having issues communicating with its input UI counterpart. Through contacting many other Unreal Engine developers, we managed to design a custom connection interface so these inputs can talk to each other properly. The velocity slider was another part of my project that wasn't very simple to implement. Hours of time were devoted to this function due to its dire importance to the overall usability of the final product. Designing this product for the Oculus Quest platform was a difficult and time-consuming process, due to the platform only being 1 week old at the time of prototyping. The original platform of choice was the HTC Vive, due to its graphical performance and compatibility with Steam VR. The first 3 months of development even went so far in looking at ulterior forms of interacting with the virtual world, other than the HTC Vive 1 motion controllers. My first prototype interaction system relied on the Leap Motion sensor, an infrared camera that can track your hands. This, with a couple of Unreal Engine modifications, produced an experience in VR unlike anything I'd ever tried. Using a hand model from the internet, I was able to track the hand to the real-life data from the sensor. This resulted in real hand presence in the virtual world. But when the Quest came out, I knew it would be my optimal platform of choice for use in the education sector. The 3D hand tracking is a very cool feature, but not practical for use in education, due to the headset requiring light sensors placed around the area of use, as well as a large powerful desktop computer. The Quest is an ideal platform due to its portable nature and small form factor. The main issue of developing for the Quest platform was the graphical downgrades I had to make to my texturing and modeling of my assets. Since the Quest uses built-in hardware, it has very limited performance compared to PC VR. This inspired the low-poly style of my project due to its high performance with the Quest platform without ruining the immersiveness of virtual reality. The scoring system was a very simple function to add, but consumed a lot of hours to implement. This scoring system uses a box trigger around the target to detect each time an object travels through it, and then it is read out on the UI panel by the player. This is also an important function to the usability of the experience, so I made sure that this function was ready before any of the world design was implemented into the level. Speaking of world design, this had to be specially optimized for the Quest platform. Due to the Quest's limited hardware performance, the level design for my VR experience had to be very basic, but complex enough to not break the illusion of virtual reality. Finding this balance was a very time-consuming job, as it involved a large amount of trial and error. I managed to find the balance between assets in each level to not damage the performance of the hardware or break the immersion of my VR experience. Texturing within this project was an important but difficult task within the development of Kinematic. This was due to the Oculus Quest limited graphical performance. This was difficult to me because of my past experience and love for photorealistic 3D modeling. I've tried many different texture types during my development, but the power of the Quest did not do any of these textures justice. This is why the materials involved with my assets are made of very basic colours, so the Quest's graphical performance does not damage the overall look and feel of the experience. This project has had a large number of hours dedicated to its development, and I hope you enjoy.